Good morning to all. Uh, on respected Chair, Mr. Abu Hera Murshid Jamal, Secretary of Local Government Division, His Excellency, Her Excellency, Honorable High Commission of British, Great Britain, and Ms. Shara Cook, and another special guest, Mr. Stephen Liller, Resident Representative, Mr. Akhtar Hamid. He was once he was leading the program of the urbanization. Dear audience, dear journalist, Assalamu alaikum. I express my thanks to UK government and UNDP. In various aspects of Bangladesh, they are extending their cooperation to fulfill the aspiration and the dream of our father of the nation, and as well as this urban resilience program, they have, with their initiative, this program has been organized. Good numbers of the mayor and people's representative and specialists, those who have a good knowledge and those who have a lot of input in the urbanization, they have been assembled here. I think today's program is going ahead. I think definitely there is something else very creative will be formulated, which will work for next times of the Bangladesh. In here, in starting of my speech, I was to remember our father of the nation with humble respect and pray for his departed soul. As because this country is the dream country of the father of the nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. Actually, the peoples of this area was suffering miserably, and most of the peoples of this country were submerged under poverty. And our father of the nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, he have started over the people and the country, and he have a confidence that once the country could be rightly given the drive, then actually the people suffering will be go ahead. With this aim, he have needed for independence. So misfortunately, and he was like to tell that this country will be once a developed country and a Sunar Bangla in his own language. Misfortunately, after 3.5 years of his tenure of the government, he have been assassinated, and the country was actually lost the right way, which was the dream of our independence. And after 21 years later, in exchange of huge struggle, our present Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina came in power. And there is a lot of problems in this country. You see, we are the downstream of Himalayan coast. We are the bank of Bay of Bengal. So we have a big challenge of the flood, cyclone, erosion. So this is the climatic big problem. And beside that, the people was seriously suffering the food crisis. 10% people was not covered by the electricity, and rural communication was less than 10%, and education was neglected. In all and every event I was to go, then it was a very disgusting situation. But fortunately, in the year 1996, when first time our present Prime Minister came in power, then she have started her journey to reach the destination, to leave the country as a developed country. So she has given priority of the food problem to be mitigated, because we have 100 years history. We have a food crisis. We could not produce adequate quantity of the food for our people. So there is a huge crisis. And then within 3.5 years, I am a fortunate person. I get the chance to be a member of parliament of the then time. So I got the chance to watch how the Prime Minister have been working for fulfill the aspiration of the people. So poor problem mitigation and the electricity and the rural communication, education, all this was the priority list have been given. So now it is actually the time of proud, we can say, compared to our past very disgusting situation. Our 100% electricity coverage is there, and last 15 years we do not need to import our food, basic food. And education for all the villages covered by the primary school. And there is a community clinic, it is a brainchild project of our Honorable Prime Minister. For every 6,000 people, one medical center have been set up in the rural area, and they have been they have given the extreme support at the time of COVID also. And it is one of the causes we have a success rate of very appreciable level of the COVID management. So, and rural communication, exactly at this moment, our union communication system have been mostly 97% or 97% have been, I think, completed. And village to village, actually, it is not up to the extent that it is about 30%. And the Huzula level is 100%. So that communication is also have been. So this is why I am actually explaining all these things, because about the urbanization, according to my knowledge, actually, whatever I know, there is a lot of good numbers of the actually eminent people and the rightly educated people is in front of me and at the side of me. Urbanization, what is the actually background of urbanization? Where there is no urbanization in the world. So urbanization people have established just with the for better to enjoy the good life. So to facilitate with the aim of the facilitation of all everything. Electricity, communication, really education, all these things. So this is the cause. If I go to the background of the Leonardo da Vinci, I have studied that he have the first person who have sketched the urbanization plan. So here in Bangladesh, you see, commitment of the father of the nation and our honorable Prime Minister, no one leaving behind. So this is why all this infrastructural and the logistic support have been provided. And now, before last election, our honorable Prime Minister have been declared, once we go to the power, our very important program with our village, our town. That is, all the village will be facilitated with all the town facility. All the village will be enjoy the more or less equal opportunity whatever the rural urban people are enjoying. So it is one of the big issues there in context of Bangladesh. You see, our Dhaka city, about 49,000 in per square people are living. Density of the population is such a high, and we do not have the plenty of land even outside of the Dhaka or the outside of all urban or the municipalities. So this is why, with the long-term perspective goal to fulfill the people's requirement, Sheikh Hasina have declared it. That is, we do not have the alternative. Once we have to fulfill the dream of the people and the father of the nation, so we have to convert the whole country as urban. All the facility has to be extended. How could we do? You see, now the peoples in urban area, we are very much optimistic. I express my thanks all the development partners, including UK and UNDP and many other. They have always very keen and kind about the lower end people of urban area. Of course, we are also it is also big support for us. But we are in the same time, we have to be very careful. How much people we can accommodate in Dhaka city and Chittagong city and many other cities. I am a very practical person. I do election and I born in the village, so I have a lot of experiences of the village. Nowadays, Bangladesh is a very Now our demographic dividend, what I was telling, that it is more than 67%. Very young generation is there. Despite it that many land is remaining abandoned, no cultivator, because of what the shortage of the manpower and other. This is also there is a more or less whatever noticeable or not, this is the actually realistic. People are moving the cultivation because they love to ship that in urban area. Everybody. Because you see, Dhaka University is not in everywhere. BUET is not in everywhere of the country. So it is the common phenomena, common intention of the people. I cannot blame anybody else. So why they will not? But now our big challenge is that once we can facilitate it, all the opportunity, whatever the peoples in Dhaka city are enjoying, so then the peoples, once they get it, they will be more reluctant not to come Dhaka. So this is actually my perception and our government perception. That is all the thing has to be. All the university, that is, we have 6, 7, 8 numbers of the university when we came power first time. But our honorable, under the leadership of the honorable Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, you see, there is 170 numbers of university in Bangladesh at this moment. So, but Harvard and Oxford is not everywhere in the USA and UK. And Dhaka University cannot, you can set up a rule, Chittagong University cannot rule. But in course of time, definitely quantity expansion have been done, but quality issue is a big challenging. We are not ignoring all these things about the education or healthcare, you see. We have only the Dhaka Medical College. Now there is beside Dhaka Medical College, there is a good numbers of the hospital is there. Square and many other international standard private medical colleges have been grown up. So all this facility have been actually extended for establishing these kinds of organization. So gradually it is going. So why I mention all these things? There's a big issue is there. You see, as I told, there is a cyclone, there is a erosion, there is a flood, and many sorts of the threat. The people very easily wants to migrate in Dhaka city and other city. So how much people can contain in the urban area? So this is why I think it should be the main issue for us. Every day, according to my statistical report information, there is 5,000 people every day migrating to Dhaka. Either it is true or I think in another study they have told me 2,900. So this is how much is repatriating, I don't know, it is very negligible number. So we have to make like this way, because you see in the rural area and outer than Dhaka, in the early life of me, I was experiencing that with those who are the employees, government or mostly government employment was there. There is no scope of the private employment in the outside of Dhaka or the urban area. So people was not really encouraged to transfer in Dhaka city. So because of what? Because of what? Because of that, the Dhaka city is a very costly city. They cannot, the high cost they have to bear in terms of the house rent and all other costs, and all the vegetable, feed, meat, this, that, everything will be costly compared to the rural area or the outer side of the Dhaka, urban. But now that is because people's income have been generated and people's the salary of the government employees and private employees and the income generation, service sector is grown up. Our service sector, whenever I was first time member of the parliament, I have seen our service sector actually 1996 it was less than 30% service sector contribution in the GDP. Now it reached to about the 60%. So, and our agriculture didn't time was 37%, now it is 11%. Though our food production is double. About 20 million ton food was produced in the time, rice. Now we are producing about the 40 million ton. So all this comparedness, that is, but the people, those who are employing, their per capita income have been raised. I think you know everybody. So once as because they can afford the cost of Dhaka city. They can afford the cost of Chattogram city. And what is our tools of intervention? Because we have to live in whole over Bangladesh. We are a 170 million people. And I don't know, UK is much about the 5 times bigger country of us, right? 5 times UK. About the territory. Left.
Area,
Right.
So Bangladesh is the size of England and Wales, two
Right.
of the nations.
Bangladesh is?
The size of England and Wales, two of our countries.
Okay, anyway. So, so Bangladesh actually is a teeny size of the land. We are living huge people. So once we want to actually live in covering whole over Bangladesh, then it could be done. So anyway, our actually, as I am a local government minister, my fundamental responsibility and to take care and to extend the cooperation in terms of the knowledge, capacity, and the know-how to support. And good numbers of these kinds of workshop by this time held. I got the chance to participate, and through all this workshop, public representative, government official who get the chance to exchange the views and knowledge, and because of that, from every individual's position, they are becoming very enriched, and they are getting chance to contribute for their particular area. So collectively, might be it is come through the basket of our national target to be fulfilled. So I believe through today's discussion, I have pointed out these two, three things just only because of that, because we have to think in the same time the people, those who are living in the slum area, we have to be careful about them for better livelihood and resilience, infrastructure. All these things have been discussed. But in the same time, we have to be careful. We have to think, and some model has to be developed by which actually peoples will be reluctant to be migrated in Dhaka city or the other city. And although in the same time, from the part of the government, we are extending wholehearted cooperation and finance and support for scale up the lifestyle in terms of the infrastructure and all the other logistics to the rural area by both of the way, and we can, if we work together, then definitely we can fulfill the actually aspiration of the people, and we can reach the goal fixed have been our Prime Minister in 2041. Our country will be lived as a developed country, and we can enjoy good life for all the living people. And Bangladesh, it is, as I starting I told, it is a dream country of the father nation. His dream will be fulfilled, and it is my final urge to all everybody. Thank you very much for organizing this occasion and arrange to share many things else within the participant. Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody.